Hello. So, as you may have guessed, I've been saying hello in that manner at the beginning of a lot of my videos. I'm not really intending to do it. This is too tight. I don't know where that comes from. I'll have to evaluate. I don't know if I like that. But anyway, let's talk. So, today's video is about, as many of you know, the Sword and Shield upcoming games have leaked in some capacity. My understanding is that the Pokemon strategy guide leaked, which then in turn meant that all of the new Pokemon and all of their typings, not stats, not moves, I'm not sure about abilities, but all of the typings at least, and new Pokemon and designs have all been leaked. So, basically there's been, I wouldn't say this has split the community. I think split is, whoa, too loud. Oh, way too loud. I wouldn't say this has split the community, but I do think that it's kind of drawn a divide, not in terms of people are upset with each other or are like angry. Like, I don't feel like there's a lot of negative energy here, but there's kind of two camps of people. People who are waiting for the games to come out and not looking at the leaked information, and then people who are doing that, who are really interested in what has come out, the information that has come out. Still too loud, and yeah, and are interested in that and are talking about it. So I'm just gonna give a shout out to everybody because knock on wood, we're gonna knock because this is, I'm sure I'll jinx it now, but I actually have managed to avoid all of the spoilers, all of the leaks so far. So I feel like people are generally being pretty careful about what they're sharing. I mean, I'm sure there are exceptions. So I'm not supposed to eat. I have stack shuka. I made stack shuka yesterday, but yeah, so basically I feel like people are being pretty respectful, so shout out to all y'all. If you like, it's something that if you are looking at them, first thing is be mindful, be considerate of other people. That, just because you want to talk about something, if you want to do it with other people who also want to talk about it, do it in a way that others who don't want to see it won't see. So let's get that. Now that that's out of the way, that's like the premise. Oh yeah, I'm bringing back like incentives. So if this video gets, we're gonna go far. I think we can do it for this one. If this video gets 3,000 likes, 3,000's a lot, so I'm gonna give you guys a really good incentive. We're gonna do, on this channel, a face reveal. I will show my face to you guys. Only if this video gets 3,000 likes. Not otherwise. But yeah, anyway, with that being said, all the disclaimers out of the way, let's just talk about it. So this is just me, this is just kind of my thoughts, obviously. And yeah, so basically, there's two kind of sides to this, right? There's people who feel like you should look at the leaks and people who feel like you shouldn't. And then there's also, within the people who feel like you should look at the leaks, there's also a divide between people who want to know the Pokemon that are revealed but don't want to know the story, and then people who want to know everything. I have a feeling, without doing any research, that, or just observationally, that people who are looking at spoilers want to see the Pokemon, but they don't want to see the story. So why would you not want to look at the leaks? Just disclaimer, that's my camp. I haven't seen any leaks. Oh, please don't talk about any leaks in this video. I would really, just personally, really appreciate that, because I do try to read every comment. So, yeah, if you could not do that, if you could not spoil it for me, I'd be really grateful. But yeah, so, I, honestly, like, actually, let's do the other camp first. Why would somebody want to look at the game before they're released? I think for a lot of people, it builds excitement, right? Pokemon is a game where, because you can only have 6 Pokemon in your party at a time, I know a lot of people like to plan out which Pokemon they're going to use, and it's hard to wait. Like, I'm very, very excited for Sword and Shield. It comes out a week from Friday, and like, the anticipation is hard, right? Like, every day, it feels like we're moving there very slowly, it feels like we're very gradually getting closer, and so I totally understand why people want to kind of get there, like, they don't want to wait anymore. I think that's a big part of it. I think it builds excitement for a lot of people, right? Like, knowing what the games are about allows you to like someone like me, right, who hasn't seen any of the leaks or spoilers. I'm very excited for the game, but I'm apprehensive, right? I don't know if I'm gonna like the new Pokemon. I don't know if they're gonna add a lot of the features that I hope that they do. There's a lot of things that I really am invested in this game, right? If this game is really good, it could be really big for me. It could really be really big for my community. And so yeah, I'm invested in this. Like, I want these games to be good. And so I think that if people feel similarly, not necessarily the same way, but people are invested in these games for whatever reason they might be. I'm also invested just as a player, right? Like, I want the games to be good because I'm gonna play them and I want them to be good. I think that's where a lot of people are coming from. So, we're not going to know until we have more information on the games. And now there's kind of a source for that, right? Now the strategy guide is leaked. People can look at the Pokemon. They can see what they think about the typings. They can see what they think about the designs. They can more accurately pick their starter Pokemon, things like that. So I think that's a large source of temptation for people, and you know, it allows them to, because once the games come out, all information feels like it's fair game, minus like story spoilers, which I feel like are never fair game until, you know, far enough after that it feels reasonable. But yeah, so that's part of the reason people would look. They're invested in the games, and they you know, it's hard to wait. They want to know like immediately what they're going to do in the games, what Pokemon they're going to use. They want to know more about the games in general. Maybe people are looking at it because they're on the fence about buying the games, and they want to see if they like what it looks like. That's another possible reason that somebody might want to look at information in advance. Maybe they just think it's fun. Maybe they don't get any value from waiting. Maybe they won't lose any. Maybe the games will be just as fun to them if they have seen the Pokemon before versus if they haven't. So yeah, those are some reasons people might look through. I'll explain. So I personally, I don't look at the leaks, right? I haven't looked at the leaks. And you know, for this video, I was thinking about it, and I have like a bit of a hard time justifying why. Because if it'd be one thing if I was like, oh, I want to go in totally blind. I want to avoid all information about these new games. But if information had been revealed in an official trailer, then I would talk about it. So in that regard, it feels like it's a bit of a contradiction for me to say, okay, I only want official information and I don't want leaked information. I think part of it might be that it feels like a respect thing. Not saying that people who look at leaks are disrespectful, but just for me, like, I respect that a ton of time like has gone into the making of these games. And yeah, like, I don't know, maybe it just feels like, I don't know, like, I think me personally, I feel like I've waited this long, I can wait another 2 weeks, you know? Sword and Shield we've been thinking about it for ages at this point. It was announced, I don't remember when it was announced, but probably close to a year ago if I had to guess. Maybe a little less, but yeah, I mean, we've known for a while that these games are going to be huge, and I feel like I can go another 2 weeks. And I think also for me, I trust that the information that Pokemon is withholding is information that is beneficial to I trust that they know. I mean, maybe my trust is misplaced, but I have a feeling like that. Like, I would like to be surprised while playing the game. Like, I would like to see a new Pokemon and not know its type, right? Because that's only an experience you can have when the games first come out. And for the next 3 years, you're never going to be able to have that. You know, I mean, of course, I will inevitably forget the types of Pokemon, but it's not the same as going in blind. And not that I'm going in completely blind, but I feel like I know very little about Sword and Shield right now. Like, I have a general idea of the overall aesthetic. I know some of the Pokemon. I know some of the new things that are going on. I know about Dynamax and Gigantamax. Gigantamax, excuse me. That just sounds so wrong. Wow. Right, but the majority of the new Pokemon I don't know. I don't know how many new Pokemon there are. I don't know a lot about I don't know which Pokemon are in the game. I don't know a lot of stuff. So, you know, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to kind of discover the region. And I don't think that knowing information in advance necessarily discounts that. But I think for someone like me, I think knowing what Pokemon are there, knowing what the Pokemon do, like, I really enjoy like running into a new Pokemon and like being like, what is this, and going on Cerebi and like then learning about it. You know, that's something that I get a lot of value from. So, in conclusion, I don't know if this is conclusion, but yeah. So those are kind of the two sides, and then story spoilers are within the leaked version. I think most people want to avoid story spoilers. I think the people who want to look at the leaks feel towards story spoilers for the most part the way that I feel towards leaks, which is that, like, you don't really gain the value. Like, you want to be surprised, right? You don't want to know the plot, for the most part, in advance. You'd rather, like, I would rather wait and play through the game. It's the same argument, actually. It's just as I would rather wait and be surprised by the Pokemon. People who want to know the Pokemon for the planning aspect, or just because they're interested, or, you know, because they're deciding to buy the games or not, still want to be surprised by the story. So they still have that surprise, and that, you know, novelty of playing the game for the first time. So I think that's pretty much what I want to say about story spoilers. But yeah, so those are the two camps. As to whether or not you should or shouldn't look at spoilers, frankly, I think it's kind of personal preference. I am not looking at spoilers, as I said, because the value that I get from waiting outweighs, for me, I think, the value of looking in advance, and I feel like I can wait a little longer. I respect and understand that not everyone feels that way, right? So To be honest, I feel like most people who have seen the spoilers, the leaks, or I feel like most people have made up their minds already on whether if they're going to look at the leaks or they're going to wait for the games. But if you haven't, again, I feel like a lot of it is up to you. At this point, we are, I'm uploading this on a Monday, so we're like 11 days, maybe 10 days away from when the games drop. I feel like I can wait 10 days, you know, and I think that, you know, I still would get value from the games without knowing in advance everything, and I'm sure there'll be probably one or two more reveals before then. I'm sure they'll announce the starter evolutions officially, but who knows? I mean, they could really do anything. But yeah, I feel like I can wait. If you feel like you really want to plan your team in advance, if you're on the fence about buying the games and you're thinking like, you know, maybe like the way the starters turn out, or, you know, everyone has their own reason for buying the game. So if you want to take a look to see if it's something you want to do, I think that's fine to inform a purchasing decision. I think it's fine to look at leaks in general, provided you don't force other people to see them. That's where I think it's pretty obviously wrong. Like, of course, do what you want to do, but don't harm others. Is my general rule. So, yeah. So I'm sorry if you wanted a more conclusive answer to should you look at leaks or not. The truth is, I think it's a lot of personal preference. I don't think it's, I don't personally think it's wrong to look at leaks. I think it's wrong to tell other people who don't want to look at leaks information about them. But in general, I don't think it's wrong to look. But I also, obviously, I don't think it's wrong to not look either. And I don't think it's wrong, you know, I think it's a whole spectrum of how involved you want to be prior to the game's release. So, with all that being said, I'm really looking forward to Sword and Shield. I am super excited. I took off work the day that they released, so... Oh, I'm going to be doing that whole weekend. I'm going to be streaming like crazy and recording like tons of videos. So, I'm probably going to be playing through the game for the first time Friday, Saturday, Sunday, at least. So, yeah, keep an eye on my Twitch if you're interested in watching me play through. I know a lot of people have asked about that, so I just wanted to mention it. But, yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, please like, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. I really hope that I can get some momentum going into Sword and Shield. But yeah, and keep an eye on the channel. We're gonna be doing my content is gonna like accelerate once the games drop. Once we have stats, once we have everything officially revealed, so that I don't have to spoil anything for myself or other people. We're like, if you want to play competitive Pokemon in Sword and Shield, I will not let you down. I promise. There will be lots of content on this channel. So yeah, keep an eye out. Keep coming back. This waiting is hard, I know, for everybody, even if whether you know the information or not, but I think it's going to be really good when it finally arrives. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.